So it is connected sum of n tori. So what is this? Basically, if you take n copies of Tori, right? So, and if you uh, see, if you find the connected sum, right? So, in the last class, I was discussing connected sum, right? So, if you recall, so for example, this is connected sum of two Tori, right? So, if you take, so this is just, you take two copies and you find the connected sum of these two, then this is a torus, this is another copy of torus, and if you see the connected sum, then you will get this one, double torus, sometimes it is called. So what you do in this, you just remove a disk from here and you remove a disk from here and you just join these two. So you will get this something like this. Similarly, you can have a connected sum of n tori, right? So these connected sum of n tori can be realized as identification of this polygon. So basically, 2n gone, right? So something it will have something like this, right? So you just see that why I have made circle. I am talking about this n gone, right? I am talking about polygon. So why I have made circle. So just see that if you have a triangle, right? Right, then it looks quite zigzag, right? And if you have square, then you have pentagon, you have hexagon, right? Then if you keep keep increasing the number of uh, sides, right? Right, then that n gon is that will tend towards the circle, you can say, right? So if you just see, consider a a polygonal disk, right? So it is going to have suppose two n vertices, see two n sides, right? So for example, from here, if you start, this is suppose A1, then other side B1, then we'll have another side, something like this, something like this, right? And then we can right, and in the end uh, can have something like this. In the end we will have your uh, this, right? So here we have en, bn, then So here we can fix direction. So suppose A1 is A1 goes from here to here, this, then B1 direction, then we can consider this one uh, A1, B1, then A2. So basically we are going to have uh, 4n gone, right? So a polygon having 4n sides. So why we are doing all this? We want to realize connected sum of n tori. So how that will be done? So just see that A2, then B2, then A2, B2, like this. Then En, Bn, then. So what will you do is uh, you will so I am going to just take this portion A1 from here to here, right, and just zoom it, right. So this is A1, A1, so basically these A1, B1, A2, B2, no, this is B1, right? So we are using these labels to to indicate how identification has been done, right? So this we want to realize this connected sum of n tori by as an identification space of a polygonal disk, right? So here interior portion remains as it is. The boundary is boundary points are identified in the following way. So this portion is identified with this portion, right? So what will you have then? If you identify this portion with this portion, and how will you identify this? This point will be identified with this one, right? And then this one will go to here and so on. This one will be identified with this. So what will you get? If you do this, then you are going to have something like this. This one is going to become a circle, right? So this is your no, this is your B1, and this is identified with this. So you will have something like this. This is A1, right? Then you are going to have this here, this B1, right? So this B1 will be somewhere here, B1, okay. Now this B1, this is going to be identified like this. So this point will go to here, right? So your this point will go to here. So basically this is uh, so this will travel like this, right? So this point will go here. So we'll have something like this, and then something like this, right? So we have something that figure eight kind of thing, right? so you can see that if your n equal to 1, then what we are going to get a torus, right? So similarly, A2, B2, here these sides, right? So this portion will be identified with this one, right? This portion will be identified with this one, something like this. Okay, now we want to compute fundamental group of this. So we will use same uh, uh, idea for the computation. So uh, suppose the space connected sum of n tori is denoted by m, then we will again choose y, then we'll have a u equal to m minus singleton y, and v equal to interior of this disk, right? Uh, Interior of the polygonal disk. Then we will use similar arguments, and you will see that fundamental group of M will be fundamental group of M is going to be, of course, because V is again contractible. So it is going to be pi 1 u quotiented by n, right? Where n is the image of this, n is the normal subgroup generated by this elements of the form I, alpha, beta, omega, and this I, beta, alpha, omega inverse. This is going to be give you identity. So we can have only elements of this kind, and these, what kind of elements we are going to have? This omega is what? Omega is an element of pi 1 u intersection v, right? That is this punctured disk, punctured open disk, right? Uh, uh, so uh, so what means where this omega go under the this phi from pi 1 u intersection v to pi 1 v. So here in this case, that this, if you consider, take the generator of this is this pi 1 u intersection v. This is again z, right? So if you take its generator, then you can see that first it will go to this, right? Here a1, right? A1, then B1, then A1 inverse. It be like tribal in the opposite of A1, then B1 inverse, then A2, then B2, then A2 inverse, B2 inverse, right? So basically, and this pi 1 u is what? You can see that this u uh, can be, u is u deformation retracts onto this, right? Onto this space, right? So you have n circles, right? Which are which touch each other at a fixed point, right? This. So that u deformation retracts onto a space of this kind, and we have seen that its fundamental group is the uh, uh, this free product of n copies of Z, right? So this is basically phi 1 m. It is generated by this alpha 1. Just a minute. So here we'll have, in this case, we are going to have 2n copies, right? So basically here 2n copies. So n copies corresponding to the sites A1, A2, AN, and n copies corresponding to the sites B1, B2, Bn. Okay. So basically, and this n will be generated by elements of the form alpha 1, beta 1, alpha 1 inverse, beta 1 inverse, and then alpha 2. So uh, this one we can denote this one by, so if we denote uh, so if we consider omega to be a generator of uh, B, then omega will go to the class uh, this alpha 1, beta 1, alpha 1 inverse, beta 1 inverse, alpha 2, beta 2, alpha 2 inverse, beta 2 inverse, and so on. Alpha n, beta n, alpha n inverse, beta n inverse. So omega will go to the class of this. So, so if suppose this represents alpha 1, this represents beta 1, right? So alpha 1, suppose this is the direction. So it will go to first alpha 1, then beta 1, then alpha 1 inverse in the opposite direction, then beta 1 inverse in the opposite direction, then alpha 2, beta 2, then alpha 2 inverse, beta 2 inverse, and so on. So we'll denote alpha 1, beta 1, alpha 2, beta 2, alpha n, beta n. So this group, this fundamental group of M is going to be generated by these two n generators, and we'll have only one relation, this one. So here alpha I, beta I, this is alpha I comma beta I, this is alpha I, beta I, alpha I inverse, beta I inverse. So fundamental group of the connected sum of n tori is presented by generators and using generators and relations like this. Next example is for connected sum of n projective planes, the connected sum of n projective planes. So how we get it? We get it something like this. So we'll have identification something like this. E1, E1, E2, E2, and so on. We will continue like this, and in the end, En, En, right? So first, this is identified with this, right? So this point goes to here, and this point goes to here, like this, in this direction. So this portion goes to this portion. Similarly, this portion goes to this portion. Okay. So you can see if we use uh, so we know what is the projective plane. We have already seen that if you take the uh, circular disk, right? And if you just identify the antipodal points of the boundary of the circular disk, that is the circle, then we'll get a projective plane, right? So in other words, if we consider this A1, right, and then you consider this E1, right? So this is identified with this is identified with this is identified with this, like this. So similar, we have extended it. So we can break it into two n sides, right? So we can take or we can say that we can take two n gon, right? The polygon having two n sides. Then this A1 we can identify with this. This one we can identify with this. So basically, the, if we use similar ideas, then suppose it is M, right? So M is, we can again take U equal to M minus Y and V as it is, right? Then the omega in phi 1 U intersection V, right? Uh, Omega will go to this class of this, right? So first you have E1, right? So these points, this will give you circle. Right? So you have n, you are going to have n circles. So corresponding to each AI, you have one circle, right? So if this is A1, this is A2, right? Then omega will go first A1 two times, right? Because this, when you go up to here, you have once, and then again you have second. So next you are going two times to A2, then so it goes to A1 square, and so on, AN square, right? So and this U, right? U deformation retracts uh, onto n circles uh, with 1 point, exactly 1 point common, right? So its fundamental group is pre-product of n copies of Z. So basically what we have, this will be alpha 1, alpha 2, and so on, alpha n. So these will be the generators, and relation will be the only one relation, square, square, right? That is, this will be identity. So this is the fundamental group of connected sum of n projective planes. Classification of compact and connected to manifolds. Statement is following. Every compact and connected to manifold is homeomorphic to a sphere or connected sum of n tori or connected sum of n projective planes. So if manifold is oriented, then it is homeomorphic to a sphere or connected sum of n tori. And if it is not non-orientable, then it is homeomorphic to connected sum of n projective planes. So there are different versions of this statement. Equivalently, first, every compact and connected orientable to manifold surface is called surface is homeomorphic to a sphere or a connected sum of n copies torus. Second, every compact and connected non-orientable to manifold is homeomorphic to a projective plane uh, with finitely many handles are clean bottle with finitely many handles. So here either you have so every compact connected non-orientable two manifold is homeomorphic to either a projective plane or projective plane with finitely many handles or clade bottle with finitely many handles. Now we have following observation. Any simply connected compact surface is homeomorphic to the any simply connected compact surface is homeomorphic to the sphere S2. So this is a straightforward observation by using classification of compact connected two manifolds or surfaces. So we already know what is a fundamental group of these compact uh, 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 connected uh, surfaces. So what are the compact connected surfaces? It is either a sphere or connected sum of n tori or connected sum of uh, n projective planes. So if so given any so just given any right a simply connected compact surface, So this is going to, because it is compact and connected surface, so it is going to be homeomorphic to one of the uh, uh, one of the surfaces, right, which are either sphere or uh, connected sum of n tori. So see that it cannot be homeomorphic to connected sum of n tori, because fundamental group of connected sum of n tori uh, is given by this, right? So alpha 1, beta 1, and so on, alpha n, beta n, and then you have this relation alpha 1, beta 1, and so on, alpha n, beta n. So this connected sum of n tori is not simply connected, right? Uh, if X is homeomorphic to connected sum of n tori, then uh, it has to have same fundamental group as connected sum of n tori. Similarly, if X is homeomorphic to connected sum of n projective planes, then it has to have same fundamental group. Uh, So, and this connected sum of n projective planes has fundamental group, which has representation like this. So it can be presented like this. So alpha 1 square square alpha n square, right? This is how fundamental group of uh, n projective planes can be presented with the help of generators and relations. So because X is simply connected, so it cannot be homeomorphic to connected sum of n projective planes. Also, it cannot be homeomorphic to connected sum of n tori. Hence, it has to be homeomorphic to sphere. That is the only surface remaining. So either you have sphere or connected sum of n tori, or connected sum of n projective planes. So its fundamental group is this, and its fundamental group is this, right? So because fundamental group of X simply connected, its fundamental group is trivial. So this cannot be homeomorphic to this. Similarly, this not be homeomorphic to this. So hence it has to be homeomorphic to this sphere. Now we have following the Poincare conjecture. So what is Poincare conjecture? It says that a simply connected compact three manifold is is homeomorphic to the three sphere S3, right? So this uh, uh, conjecture was given in uh, early 20th century uh, uh, it remained unsettled for about 100 years. And recently, in 2003, this was settled by uh, a mathematician whose name is Gregory Perelman, right? So in 2003, uh, in 2003, uh, Gregory Perelman proved it. So you can see that a simple looking statement, proof of a simple looking statement can be extremely difficult. So people tried for about 100 years, and then uh, uh, they were able to prove it. Uh, there is a generalized Poincare conjecture says that uh, generalized Poincare conjecture. It says that a compact n manifold fold that has the homotopy type of an n sphere Sn is 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 homeomorphic to Sn. This is for n greater than 3. So of course, for yeah. So this for n equal to 3, uh, we'll get a generalization. This gives a generalization of the Poincare conjecture, because for n equal to 3, if you have some manifold, some topological space, which has a homotopy type of an n sphere, uh, n sphere, then of course fundamental group of any sphere and that space will be same, but fundamental group of any sphere for n greater than 2 is trivial. So that space also will have trivial fundamental group, and hence it will be simply connected. So basically it converts to the Poincare conjecture. Uh, So this generalized, this was proved by Stephen Smale for n greater than 4. For n equal to 4, it was proved by M. Friedman. M. Friedman. M. Friedman in 1982. And Stephen Smale proved it in 1960.